Hello, word nerds. Welcome to this brand new episode of The Dictionary. This is the podcast where I talk about all the stuff in this book called The Dictionary. It is a very large book, and so we talk about a lot of different stuff. And if you want to talk about it with me, you can find me on social media at dictionarypod, Instagram and Twitter. You can email me, dictionarypod@gmail.com. You can leave me a voicemail on the Google Voice number, which is in the show notes. You can do other stuff, can't you? I think you can. You can be a patron of this podcast, and I think that's fine for now. Oh, and obviously, please rate and review this podcast on whatever platform you're listening to this on, and subscribe and share it. Go post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Tumblr, Reddit, and all those other places that I don't know about, because I'm old. All right, so we have the second form of common. We have a lot of common words. Let's see, all of this episode, all of tomorrow's episode, and a little bit into the next episode, we'll have words that start with common. Okay, second form of common noun from the 14th century. Number one is plural. I don't think you would say commons. It's just a plural form of that word. It is just the common people. Number two is also plural. A dining hall. Oh, maybe you would say the commons. Yeah. And maybe the common people are the commons. Three is also plural. 3A. We have to do them in order. 3A comes before 3B. 3A, the political group or estate compromising the commoners. Ah, the commoners. Maybe that's the common people. It's not the commons. It's the commoners. 3B, the parliamentary representatives of the commoners. 3C, the synonym is House of Commons. 4, the legal right of taking a profit in another's land in common with the owner or others. 5, a piece of land subject to common use, as 5A, undivided land used especially for pasture. We could use some more pasture, just nature, just growth stuff. I've walked by a few places, a few houses, and their front lawn has a sign that says it's like a recognized wildlife sanctuary or something like that. And it's just their lawn, but they have lots of different plants and flowers and stuff, so more little creatures can live in there and have an environment to live in. And I think that is so cool. If I ever have a house with a yard, I think I want to do that. I think I want to just maybe not let it overgrow. I think there's some thought that goes into what gets planted. But yeah, I think that would be so cool. Okay, where were we? 5B, a public open area in a municipality. 6A, a religious service suitable for any of various festivals. 6B, it is the number 2 definition for the word ordinary. And 7, the synonym is common stock. And we will learn about common stock in tomorrow's episode. And there is a phrase, in common, and it means shared together, as in, has a lot in common with his neighbors. I love it when I find people I have a lot in common with, although I think I have something in common with almost anybody. I feel like if you talk to somebody even a little bit, at least for me, I can find that I have something in common with anybody. I think this is a good exercise, actually. I think especially if it's somebody who you maybe disagree with, you think you don't have something in common with, I bet that if you talk to them, you can find something that you have in common with them. And I think it helps to connect people. Okay, next we have commonage. We have AGE added to the end of this word. Noun from 1649. 1, community land. 2, it is the 1A2 definition for the word commonality, which is, no, wait a minute. Oh, no, it's this is a weird word. It's commonalty. That's not how you say it, the word. You say commonalty. It's a weird word. It's not commonality. It's commonalty. Anyway, it's the 1A2, where did it go? 1A2 definition for commonalty, which we'll get to in a couple words. But first, we have to read commonality, the easy one to say. Noun from 1543. 1. The common people. 2A. Possession of common features or attributes. And the synonym is commonness. Commonness. 2B. A common feature or attribute. Here we go with that weird word, commonalty. It's common plus A-L-T-Y. Noun from the 14th century, 1A1, the common people. And here's the synonym one, 1A2. This was the synonym for commonage. It is the political estate formed by the common people. 1B, a usage or practice common to members of a group. And 2, a general group or body. And I can't imagine anybody uses this word. Next we have common carrier, 2 words, noun from the 15th century, a business or agency that is available to the public for transportation of persons, goods, or messages. Next is common cattle grub, 3 words. It's the common cattle grub. Noun from 1947, a cattle grub, which is found throughout the U.S. and whose larva is particularly destructive to cattle. And the scientific name is Hypoderma lineatum. Hope you cattle people, A, don't have to deal with this grub, and B, keep the cows as pets, because I don't want them used for dairy, and I don't want them used, I don't want their babies taken away, and I don't want them used for meat. That's my little PSA for this episode. Next is common cold. I think we all are very familiar with the common cold. This is a pretty long definition. It is a noun from 1770. An acute disease of the upper respiratory tract that is marked by inflammation of the mucous membranes of the nose, throat, eyes, and eustachian tubes, and by a watery, then purulent discharge, and is caused by any of several viruses. And examples of those would be the rhinovirus or an adenovirus. There we go. Those mucous membranes. Hey, things that you can do to help not get the common cold is wash your hands diligently. When you touch things, especially. Okay, next we have common denominator. 2 words, noun from 1594. 1, a common multiple of the denominators of a number of fractions. So, an example, let's see. Oh boy, it's been a long time since I had to really deal with fractions in this way. Maybe I can't really give a good example. Maybe I'll put something in the show notes if I feel inspired. Number 2, a common trait or theme. Yeah, I mean, it can be, you can talk about the common denominator amongst a group of people. It doesn't have to be literally math related. Okay, next we have common difference. 2 words, noun from circa 1771. The difference between 2 consecutive terms of an arithmetic progression. Oh, it's more math. You math people love it. Next is common divisor. Is this math again? We'll see. 2 words, noun from 1674, a number or expression that divides 2 or more numbers or expressions without remainder, called also common factor, which, is that not in the book? Common factor? I guess it's not, because it's also called common divisor, which is here. Okay, next we have commoner. It's the common people. Noun from the 14th century, 1A, one of the common people. You're just a commoner. I would rather be, I think, part of the common people. They're the best people. 1B, one who is not of noble rank. 2, a student, as at Oxford, who pays for his own board. So somebody who goes to Oxford, who pays for themselves to live there, is called a commoner? I feel like that's interesting. If you know anything about this, I think I got a couple of people in Britain. If you know, Let me know. Let me know what's going on here. All right, next we have common era. 2 words, capital C, capital E, noun from 1846, and the synonym is Christian era. And so is this the one where I know like when I was a kid we had BC and AD, but those were Latin things, and AD was after Christ and BC was before Christ, and then we changed it. I think common era is after Christ, and I don't remember all the details, but I think that's what that is. And the whole year thing is just random. Why do our years have to be based on Jesus? I don't think that makes sense. The Jews have a different set of years. The Chinese has a whole other set of years, but we're all on this standard in 2021. All right. Next is common fraction. 2 words, noun from 1823. A fraction as 1/2 or 3/4, in which the numerator and denominator are both integers. I think that just means like a whole number, and are separated by a horizontal or slanted line. Compare to the synonym decimal fraction. So would a decimal fraction be where instead of a whole number above and below the line, it's a decimal number? Or would a decimal fraction be the fraction written out as a decimal? Like 1/2 would be 0.5. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Next, we have common ground. 2 words, noun from 1809. A basis of mutual interest or agreement. And our last word is, wait, am I going to do 2? Yep, no, we got 2, but they're basically the same word. It's common law. So the first one is 2 words with a hyphen. That's what I'm going to read to you right now. It is an adjective from 1619, one of relating to or based on the common law, which is probably the next one that we're going to read. And number 2, relating to or based on a common law marriage. We'll learn about common law marriage in the next episode, but first we have to read common law, 2 words, noun from the 14th century. The body of law, developed in England primarily from judicial decisions based on custom and precedent, unwritten in statute or code, and constituting the basis of the English legal system and of the system in all of the U.S. except Louisiana. Okay, those were all the words. I shall reread them to you very quickly. Common, commonage, commonality, commonalty, common carrier, common cattle, grub, common cold, common denominator, common difference, common divisor, commoner, common era, common fraction, common ground, common law, and common law. I think I will pick common ground as the word of the episode. It's good when we can all come together and reach a common ground. And all of these words sound super odd to me now. Common ground. We're coming around to the common ground. Let's talk about the holidays. In Slovakia, it is, I'm going to pronounce this badly, Chernova Tragedy Day. Not sure how to pronounce that first word. In Greece, it is Flag Day. It is Independence Day, which is St. Vincent and the Grenadines from the UK in 1979. It is Navy Day in the US. It is World Day for Audiovisual Heritage. Not sure entirely what that means, but it sounds interesting. In the US, it is National Black Cat Day. Yes, of course, it's a few days before Halloween. Black cats, don't be afraid of the black cats. Don't be superstitious. They're great cats, black cats, good cats. In Colombia, it is National Architect Day. And more fun holidays. I'm sure National Black Cat Day is going to be on this list. It is American Beer Day, so only drink beer that is made in America. But I hope that there are days for, like, German Beer Day and other beers day. It is Boxer Shorts Day, Cranky Coworkers Day, Lung Health Day. What else? National Mentoring Day in the UK. So go mentor somebody. National Potato Day. Navy Day, we said that. Sylvia Plath Day. She was a writer, I think. I'm so dumb. World Occupational Therapy Day. Oh, I think I know somebody who's an occupational therapist, so I shall wish them a happy Occupational Therapy Day on October 27th. And let's check this page for any other holidays we missed. Geelong Cup Day. I think that's it. We have done it. That's the end of page 250. Oh, we're so close to 1,000. I honestly have no idea what I'm going to do. I might record it today. Let's see. But I should probably plan something. Shouldn't I? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? If you have any suggestions, I mean, whatever. I will have already recorded it by then. Never mind. I'm not even going to say that. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information to all of you lovely people. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. I should probably do something like that for the Halloween episode, which will actually be episode 1001. Okay, we are on page 251. Episode 1000 is on this page. Why do I focus so much on episode 1000? I don't know. It just seems like a bigger deal to celebrate than like episode 100 or 200, since there's going to be so many hundreds to celebrate, and I don't feel like doing that. But 1,000, that's kind of a big thing, I think. Yeah, let's do this. So we got a whole bunch of more common words in this episode. The first of them is common law marriage. Common law is hyphenated, 2 words, and then marriage is its own word. Noun from 1888, 1. A marriage recognized in some jurisdictions and based on the parties' agreement to consider themselves married and sometimes also on their cohabitation. 2. The cohabitation of a couple even when it does not constitute a legal marriage. I think each state has its own rules about this. And yeah. So if you've been living together with somebody and you're not married to them, maybe you're common law married. But I think you have to choose. You have to say, yes, we are common law married, and it's not. I don't know. I just don't know how it works. Okay, next we have common logarithm. 2 words, noun from 1849. A logarithm whose base is 10, and that is a semi-advanced math concept. Not terribly advanced, but a little more on the advanced side. So, if you're a young person and you want to learn about logarithms, I can't even talk today, you have to wait, or you can just go start learning it now and be ahead of everybody else. Thank you, Internet. Next, we have common market, 2 words, noun from 1893, an economic association, as of nations, formed to remove trade barriers among its members. Next is common measure, 2 words, noun from 1922. This is looks like it has to do with poetry. A meter consisting chiefly of iambic lines of 7 accents, each arranged in rhymed pairs, usually printed in 4-line stanzas. And it is called also just common meter. So maybe if I do a little research, I can find an example of this and put it in the show notes. Or you can just find your own. Or write your own. Do that. Write your own and send it to me. Okay, next we have common multiple, 2 words, noun from circa 1823. A multiple of each of 2 or more numbers or expression. And that was the end of the sentence. As in, 90 is a common multiple of 6 and 10. So, let's see. You can multiply 6 by, what would it be? 2, what would it be? Oh boy, got to do math real fast. So if you multiply 6 by 10, you get 60. So 15, I think 6 and 15 makes 90. And then 10 and 9 makes 90 as well. So yes, 90 is a common multiple of 6 and 10 because you're multiplying 2 whole numbers together to get that other number. Moving on to common noun, 2 words. Yeah, a noun is a person, place, or thing. That's what they say. Hey, the common noun is a noun from 1656. It is a noun that may occur with limiting modifiers and that designates any one of a class of beings or things. And we have examples for what those limiting modifiers are. They are the words a, an, some, every, and my. So what could you say? You could say, I got a book. So it's a book, some books, every book, or my book, I guess. Would that be a common noun? Tell me if I'm wrong. Next, we have common. Oh, this is weird. Common or garden. So it's 3 words, and yes, it is the word or. But that doesn't make sense. Okay, well, let's just read it. Common or garden, adjective from circa 1884. It is chiefly British. Oh, well, that's why it's confusing. And the synonym is ordinary. Common or garden. If can you please explain this to me? Why this is worded that way? It's very odd to me. Okay, next we have commonplace. It is 1 word, first form, noun from 1561. Number 1 is archaic. It is a striking passage entered into a commonplace book. 2a, an obvious or trite comment. That was 2a. Yes, and the synonym is truism. 2b, something commonly found. The etymology says it is a translation of the Latin word locus communis, and that means widely applicable argument, and that is a translation of the Greek koinos topos, widely applicable argument or applicable argument. Next is the second form of commonplace, adjective from 1609, commonly found or seen. Synonyms are ordinary and unremarkable, as in a commonplace occurrence, also as in the large mergers that had become commonplace. Commonplaceness is a noun. Next we have commonplace book, 2 words, noun from 1578. It is a book of memorabilia. Never heard of that phrase. Next we have common pleas. Now, the pleas is missing an E at the end. So would you say, oh, it must be the plural of plea, like you're pleading. I think that's what that is. Common pleas. Okay, it's a noun from the 15th century. Number 1 is the synonym court of common pleas. 2a, actions over the English crown did not exercise exclusive jurisdiction. Actions over which the English crown did not exercise exclusive jurisdiction. 2b, civil actions between English subjects. It is a very British thing. Next we have common ratio, noun from circa 1771, the ratio of each term of a geometric progression to the term preceding it. I understand ratios. I'm not sure if I understand this one specifically. Next, we have common room, 2 words, noun from circa 1671, a lounge available to all members of a residential community. 2, a room in a college for faculty use. I don't think I would call a room for faculty the common room. That seems like it should be the room for the students. That's what I would think. Yes. This is a good. I mean, I never lived in a dorm or anything like that, so I never really got to experience these. But I think that's a pretty cool place. You get to hang out with people that you sort of live by, and maybe you get to meet new people. And yeah. All right. Next we have common salt, 2 words, noun from 1585, and it is just the 1A definition, the very first one for the word salt. Salt is common salt, but we don't get to learn about that for a long, long time. Next is common school. It's the school that you go to. You learn the stuff. This podcast is your common school. No. It is 2 words, noun from 1575. It is a free public school. It's for the common people. Next is common sense, 2 words, noun from 1726. something that a lot of people don't have. It is sound and prudent judgment based on a simple perception of the situation or facts. That is a confusing way to say that. Common sense, how would I say it? It's the stuff that you should just know from being alive. I don't know. Let's see. We have a synonym. It is the word sense, just sense by itself. S-E-N-S-E. Common sense, one word, is an adjective. Commonsensible is an adjective. Commonsensical is an adjective. And commonsensically is an adverb. Next is common. I think you would pronounce it situs. Common situs picketing. Situs is S-I-T-U-S. It could be situs. I don't know. That seems Latin to me. This is 3 words. Common situs picketing. Noun from 1965. I wish it had etymology, but it doesn't. This is the picketing of an entire construction site by a trade union having a grievance with only a single subcontractor working there. Maybe the single subcontractor, that's where the word situs comes from. That does seem like a Latin word, so maybe I should try and figure that out. Next is common stock. 2 words, noun from 1784. Stock other than preferred stock. So I guess this would have to do with the financial stocks. There's preferred stock and common stock, but I don't really know much about that world, so that's a little confusing. Next we have common time. 2 words. Common time. Noun from 1662. A musical meter marked by 4 beats per measure with the quarter note receiving a single beat. So if you don't know music, this is probably kind of confusing. But it is also called 4/4. If you have heard of that, you can have music in 4/4, 3/4, 2/4, 7/8, 5/8. You can have lots of combinations, but usually it's 4. So what it means is, let's see, so the 4 and the 4. 4 beats per measure, that's the top, I think that's that would be the top 4, the first 4. And then the quarter note receiving a single beat, a quarter note is a fourth of a whole note, so that's where the second 4 comes from, 4/4. So a song in 2/4 would be 2 beats per measure, but there's and each beat is a quarter note. But then if you get into things like 7/8, that would be 7 beats per measure, but the 8 means that each note, each main beat of a measure is an eighth note. So that would be like 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3. So it's 7, but it's like kind of a quicker feel. I am spending a lot of time on this, but I think it's kind of interesting because I was a music person for a while, and if you don't know music, then it's kind of confusing. But you could also have 7/4, where the quarter note, the quarter note, the eighth note, it kind of depends. It can get very wishy-washy, but when you're playing the music, it all makes sense. So 4/4 is common time. Most songs that you know are 4/4. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Yeah, good times. All right, next is common touch. 2 words, noun from 1936. The gift of appealing to or arousing the sympathetic interest of the common people. And our last word in this episode is, I guess it's commonweal, but it is spelled C-O-M-M-O-N-W-E-A-L. Commonweal, 1 word. Noun from the 14th century. 1 is archaic, and the synonym is commonwealth. And number 2, the general welfare. Commonwealth is actually going to be in the next episode. It's the first word. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. So let's reread these words. Common law marriage, common logarithm, common market, common measure, common multiple, common noun, common or garden, commonplace, commonplace book, common please, common ratio, common room, common salt, common school, common sense, common situs picketing, common stock, common time, common touch, and common wheel. There was a lot. How do we say common backwards? Common. Nimak. Common. That's a pretty easy one. I am going to pick common sense as the word of the episode. I love common sense, but people don't usually use it. I think a lot of people are lacking in common sense. Yes, I do. But I hope you have some. Yeah, common sense. Common sense. All right, it is time for the holidays. October 28th. It is Day of the Establishment of an Independent Czechoslovak State. That is in the Czech Republic and Slovakia, which used to be called Czechoslovakia, but not for a long time. But anyway, this celebrates the independence of Czechoslovakia from Austria-Hungary in 1918. It is, we're going to save that for the end. In Greece, it is Ohi Day, or Ohai Day, O-H-I. It is Prefecture Earthquake Disaster Prevention Day in the Gifu Prefecture. And of course, apologies, I'm mispronouncing words left and right. In Indonesia, it is Youth Pledge Day, also known as Hari Sumpah Pemuda. In the Ukraine, anniversary of the liberation of Ukraine from the Nazis. And it's a very clear what it celebrates. We're going to save that one for the end, too. So, Cyprus and Greece have Ohi Day, or Ohai Day. Australia has something that is spelled very similarly, so I don't know if that's related or not. And I don't know how to pronounce it. It is Oxi Day. Would that be Oxy Day? Oshi Day? I don't know. In Venezuela, it is National Engineers Day. In Brazil, it's just Public Service Day. Maybe everybody gets a day off for public service. Maybe you have to do public service. Fun holiday time. It is Plush Animal Lovers Day. Separation of Church and State Day. There's supposed to be separation of church and state, but I don't think we're very good about that, so let's be better. It is St. Jude's Feast Day. Statue of Liberty Dedication Day. So the Statue of Liberty was dedicated on today. I don't even know how many years ago that was. What was that? 150? 200? I have no concept. Wild Foods Day. What else have we got? Let's click on these links. Let's give the people a little bit more information. Ohi Day in Greece. Oh yes, it is also known as Oxi Day or Ochi Day. Greeks living around the world. This day celebrated remembrance of the moment when the then Prime Minister of Greece refused to let the Italian troops into Greece's border in 1940. So it means no. Oshi or Okshi, something like that. It means no in Greek. Cool. So it's No Day. It's National First Responders Day. This Statue of Liberty dedication is also called National Immigrants Day. And is it going to tell me when? Well, Ellis Island in the New York Harbor opened in 1892, so that's something. Anyway, and our last two holidays, they're good ones for me, in my mind. National Chocolate Day. I know we've had lots of other chocolate days, but specifically in the U.S., National Chocolate Day, and International Animation Day. Go watch you some animation. The thing I like about animation is that it's not a kids thing necessarily. That's what we usually think of it as. But I think over the last 20 to 30 years especially, but even well before that, animation is just another style that you can create a thing in. You can have animation used for comedy, drama, kids, horror, anything. It's just another way to get the visuals across, which I love. Yeah. So I think that's it. I think that is everything for today. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing the stuff and the things to you. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. It's been a long week, and today is Friday in my time period, and I don't know what day of the week it is for you, but I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and let's read the words. That's what you do on a Friday night, right? If you're cool, you read the dictionary. Woohoo! Okay, serious talk now. The first word is Commonwealth. Commonwealth. Noun from the 15th century. Number 1 is archaic. The synonym is the number 2 definition for the word commonweal. Now, wait a minute. Oh, yes, there were 2. It is just the general welfare. Number 2, a nation, state, or other political unit. As 2a, 1 founded on law and united by compact or tacit agreement of the people for the common good. 2b, 1 in which supreme authority is vested in the people. 2c, the synonym is republic. Depending on what movie or TV show you're watching, the republic can mean so many different things. I think in some things the republic is good, and in other shows and movies the republic is bad. How are you supposed to know? Number 3 is capitalized. 3a, the English state from the death of Charles I in 1649. I think there was a good Monty Python song about that, if I'm not mistaken. To the Restoration in 1600. From the death of Charles to the Restoration. 3b, the synonym is the 1b definition for the word protectorate. Should I play you a little clip? Maybe I should find out if that Charles I song is actually the Monty Python song I'm thinking of. But if it is, I will put in a clip.
The most interesting thing about King Charles I is that he was 5 foot 6 inches tall at the start of his reign, but only 4 foot 8 inches tall at the end of it. Because of...
Number 4, a state of the U.S., and this is used officially of Kentucky, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Why are they considered commonwealths and the others are not considered commonwealths? Number 5 is also capitalized, a federal union of constituent states, and this is used officially of Australia. I am not going to do an Australian accent. I will probably mess it up. Number 6 is often capitalized, an association of self-governing autonomous states more or less loosely associated in a common allegiance as to the British Crown. 7 is often capitalized, a political unit having local autonomy but voluntarily united with the U.S. This is used officially of Puerto Rico and of the Northern Mariana Islands. That's probably where the Mariana Trench is. Although, now wait a minute. The islands are just mountains in the water. So they would start from way low, but I mean, I guess it's possible that there could be a trench in between them. We should learn more about this. If you don't know, the Mariana Trench is the deepest part in the ocean on the Earth. I think it's probably both, right? It must be. How deep is it? I don't know. Next is Commonwealth Day. 2 words with capitalizations. Number noun. It's a noun from 1958. A holiday observed in parts of the Commonwealth of Nations, formerly on May 24th as the anniversary of Queen Victoria's birthday, and now on the second Monday in March. They really moved it. Next is common year. 2 words, noun from circa 1751, a calendar year containing no intercalary period. What is an intercalary period? I have never heard of this before. I thought I knew everything about calendars, but clearly I don't. Intercalary. All right. Next is commotion. What is it? It's a noun from the 15th century. 1, a condition of civil unrest or insurrection. Number 2, steady or recurrent motion. 3, mental excitement or confusion. You can be excited or you can be confused. Both can be considered commotion. 4a, an agitated disturbance. A synonym is to do. What's that to do over there? 4b, noisy confusion. Synonym is agitation. Yeah. Next is, comove? I think that's how you say it. Comove. It's C-O-M and then the word move. It is a transitive verb from the 15th century. 1. To move violently. Synonym is agitate. 2. To rouse intense feeling in. Excite to passion. Comove. I have never heard of this. Nobody uses this. I don't think I have. Next is communal. I've heard of this one. Adjective from the 1800. Number 1, of or relating to one or more communes. 2, of or relating to a community. 3a, characterized by collective ownership and use of property. 3b, participated in, shared, or used in common by members of a group or community. 4, of relating to or based on racial or cultural groups. Communalize or communalize is a transitive verb, and communally is an adverb. Let's see. The etymology isn't giving me much. It just isn't. Next we have communalism, noun from 1871. 1. Social organization on a communal basis. 2. Loyalty to a socio-political grouping based on religious or ethnic affiliation. Communalist is a noun or adjective. Yes, it is. Next is communality. Communality over here. Noun from 1890. 1. Communal state or character. 2. A feeling of group solidarity. Next is communard. Communard. C-O-M-M-U-N-A-R-D. Noun from 1872. Number 1 is capitalized. 1 who supported or participated in the Commune of Paris in 1871. They were a communard. It's very French, I guess. Number 2, a person who lives in a commune. If I lived in a commune, I don't think I would know that I was called a communard. Do you live in a commune, and do you know if you are called a communard? I mean, you now know it because I told you. But did you know it before? Okay, our last word is commune. It's, let's see, we have 2 forms. The first form is pronounced commune because it is a verb. And the second form is commune or commune, because that is a noun. But we are going to talk about the verb first from the 15th century, starting with transitive. There's just one definition for that, which is obsolete, and the synonyms are talk over and discuss. Commune. As in, have more to commune. And that is a quote from Shakespeare. Intransitive verb number 1, to receive communion. 2, to communicate intimately, as in, commune with nature. I would like to go commune with nature. I don't get to do that enough. Nature, I'm here. I just am very busy. I'll commune with you later. Okay, next is the word commune. Second form, noun from 1673. 1. The smallest administrative district of many countries, especially in Europe. 2. Is the 1A definition for the word commonalty? Commonalty. I think I had trouble with that word in the last somewhere in another episode. Commonalty. It's not commonality, right? It's commonalty. Where is it? There it is. It's commonalty. Why is that word so hard to say? Why is my brain having such a hard time with that word? Okay, number 3, the synonym is community, as 3a, a medieval, usually municipal corporation. 3b1, the synonym is mir. Mir? M-I-R. That's how you spell that word. Mir. Number 3b2, an often rural community organized on a communal basis. Okay. So the words today were Commonwealth, Commonwealth Day, Common Year, Commotion, Commove. Why is that so funny? Communal, communalism, communality, communard, commune, and commune. I feel like I just said gibberish or I just said the same thing over and over again in many ways. I'm going to pick commune as the word of the episode. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. There's part of me that kind of wants to live on a commune and where everybody helps out and is equal and does work and does things just to help the greater good. And it's great to be in a community, and it's fun to be alone. You can be alone whenever you want, but it's just a good community of like-minded people right there. Whatever your group is, I think that would be cool for you. I want that for you. Okay. Commune. That's the commune song. All right. So the holidays for today in Cambodia, it is Coronation Day. In Turkey, it is Republic Day. We had the word we said republic in here, wasn't it? One of the it was one of the the synonym things. What else is it today? It is World Stroke Day. So the strokes happen when the blood isn't going to the brain. You got an aneurysm, you got a blockage in your veins, or probably your arteries in your brain, and then the blood stops and your brain says, "Hold up. Wait a minute. This is not good. I need blood, I need oxygen, I need the stuff." So don't get a stroke. In Australia, it is Bandana Day. When you think of an Australian, don't you just assume they've got a bandana on somewhere? That's just meant to be kind of a joke, because it is. In Russia, it is Day of Security Services of the MVD. I'm going to save that holiday for later. It is Frankenstein Friday, or as it was said in Young Frankenstein, Frankenstein, I think. It is National Bandana Day. So we get bandanas. There's a picture of a dog in a bandana. If I got a dog, would I put a bandana around it? Maybe I would put it up like a babushka. I think that would be fun. National Breadstick Day. Hey, I like breadsticks. We're saving that one. National Hermit Day. I feel like a hermit a lot of the times. I had hermit crabs when I was a kid. It is National Oatmeal Day, World Lemur Day. Those are some fun animals. World Psoriasis Day. And, let's check this page first. Got that. National Internet Day. Celebrate the internet, because we're all on it 24/7. And finally, it is National Cat Day. There must be some cat-related holiday every single day of the year. I think that is probably true, because cats are great. Cats are great. All right, I think that is a good place to end this episode. I am recording this on October 1st, which is the first day of Halloween in our household. I hope that you have a great Halloween month, and I probably could have said this 29 days ago, because that's when October really started for you. But yeah, it's good times. All right. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Hey, I am about to read another episode to you. Is that how this goes? That's how this goes now. Well, it would have been... It's episode 1000, supposedly. I have to be honest, that may not be entirely accurate. I'm sure if one of you smart people went back and looked, you would find a few... you don't have to be smart to figure this out. Anybody can. You will find a few extra episodes that are not official episodes. But in the podcast hosting thing, I don't think I changed the number to make them not an episode. I don't really know. There's a lot of episodes to go through, 1,000 now. So the number might be a little bit off. We don't care. It's good enough. That's how this podcast goes. It's just good enough. So, hey, 1,000 episodes, I guess that's something to celebrate. It's a much bigger deal than 100. But whatever, we're going to have like almost 6,000. So, I don't know, it's just a fun journey. And this is just a step in that direction. Is that correct? All right. So, the first word in this 1,000th asterisk, maybe possibly episode, is communicable. I just think of STDs when I think of that word. It is an adjective from 1534. What a great way to start off the 1000th episode. 1. Capable of being communicated, as in transmittable. The synonym is transmittable, as in communicable diseases. Number 2, synonym is communicative, as in prove myself a gentleman by being virtuous and communicable. I am able to be spread like a disease. That is a quote from Isaac Walton. Isaac has a Z in there. I've never seen Isaac spelled that way. Communicability is a noun. Communicableness, well, that's a fun word. That is a noun, and communicably is an adverb. Next we have communicant. Communicant. Is that the one doing the communicating? Am I the communicant of my brain to yours? This is a noun from 1552. 1. A church member. What is this word? Entitled? Yes, it is entitled. It goes from one line to the other, and it's very hard to read. A church member entitled to receive communion. Broadly, a member of a fellowship of the ring. 2. One that communicates. Specifically, the synonym informant. It's just communicating, but you're specifically giving information. You're not just communicating. Communicant is also an adjective. Next is communicate. Verb from 1526. Maybe if any of you have real strong opinions on communication, which is our next word, let me know. It's a big thing to talk about, I think. I listened to a podcast with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he's all about being a good science educator and communicator. And I also listened to Alan Alda's podcast called Clear and Vivid, and he's all about clear communication, and a lot of his interviews are about communication in some form. And this is how we communicate. Human to human, we communicate. We talk back and forth, and even without words, animals communicate. We can even communicate without words. It's amazing that we have the ability to do that. I don't know. I like the communicating. So yeah, just hey, anybody out there want to talk about communicate? You can email me and I can talk about it, or you can record a thing with the voice memo, or call my Google Voice number and tell me what you think about communicate. I want to hear, and I don't know, maybe we can have separate episodes about that kind of stuff. Because I want to hear what you got to say. I said that a million times. Shut up. Okay, let's read the words. Communicate, first form, archaic, and the synonym is share. Not the singer Cher. Do you believe in love after love? Was that her song? I don't know the music. 2A, to convey knowledge of or information about. To convey knowledge of or information about, and then make known, as in communicate a story. 2B, to reveal by clear signs, as in his fear communicated itself to his friends. 3, to cause to pass from one to another, as in some diseases are easily communicated. Now we have intransitive. Did I forget to tell you we were starting with transitive? I think I did. Now we are on intransitive. 1, to receive communion. 2, to transmit information, thought, or feeling, so that is satisfactorily received or understood, as in two sides failing to communicate with each other. We may have some more stuff to say about that later. Number 3, to open into each other. To open into each other. Synonym is connect, as in the rooms communicated. Rooms can't communicate. Communicatee. Communicatee. That is a noun. Now, if you wait, because there's communicatee, which I've never really heard that word used, and there's communicator. Which is which? If you're listening, are you the communicatee? The communicating is being done to you. Is that how that works? I think so. But I see it could also, yeah, no, I think that makes the most sense. Because communicator, that is the one who is doing the communicating. Yeah, here's the next word, communicator, noun. So that's what it is. But how do you communicate if you're the one receiving it? Are you actively communicating or are you just listening? Is listening a part of communicating? That's a fuzzy line, isn't it? At least I think so. This is from the verb communicare, which means to impart, participate. Yep, that's good. Next is communication, noun from the 14th century. How appropriate that the words communicate and communication is on episode 1000. In my eyes, that is very appropriate. For me, at least. I don't know about you. You probably hate communication. Noun from the 14th century. 1. An act or instance of transmitting. 2a, information communicated. Like this information that I am going to communicate to you right now. 2b, a verbal or written message. 3a, a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behavior. Yeah, there's a lot there. As in, the function of pheromones in insect communication. You can't communicate with your smells. I mean, you kind of are. Here's the thing, though. You are. You can't do it on purpose. Your body just does it for you. Your brain and your body just communicates with pheromones and other smells without your knowledge. And how fascinating is that? That's real life. That's happening. I think it's lacking a lot in humans. I don't think we're very good at sending the pheromones anymore, and I don't think other people are real good at able to pick them up, at least as good as animals. But I mean, we're still doing it. It's still happening unconsciously. Can you imagine if that were conscious? Like, oh, that person is giving me off these pheromones, and that person is giving me these pheromones, and I'm aware of that. And being aware of sending your own pheromones, can you do that? What if you could do that consciously? That would be quite a world. And then also, we have another, more to the definition, exchange of information. 3b. Sorry, sometimes I go on rants for whatever's on my brain, and I hope you are enjoying it. If you are still listening, you must be enjoying it enough to hear it. Maybe it's giving you stuff to think about. Okay, 3b, personal rapport, as in a lack of communication between old and young persons. Number 4 is plural. 4a, a system, as of telephones, for communicating. 4b, we're still plural. 4b, a system of routes for moving troops, supplies, and vehicles. 4c, personnel engaged in communicating. 5a, wow, was I excited about 5a? I said that so intensely. 5a, 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 a technique for expressing ideas effectively, as in speech. The thing that I am doing right now to you. 5b, the technology, nope, yes, the technology of the transmission of information, as by print or telecommunication. Communicational? Communicational is an adjective. There are songs with communicate. I can't think of any. Communicate good times. Come on. Communicative. No, communicative. That is our next word. Adjective from the 14th century. 1, tending to communicate. I'm just tending to. The synonym is talkative. I know people like that. Number 2, of or relating to communication. Communicatively is an adverb, and communicativeness is a noun. Next is communicatory. Communicatory. Adjective from 1646. 1, designed to communicate information, as in communicatory letters. 2, it is the number 2 definition for the word communicative. Communicative. Okay. Next is communion, noun from the 14th century. 1, an act or instance of sharing. I am communioning with you. 2a is capitalized. A Christian sacrament in which consecrated bread and wine are consumed as memorials of Christ's death or as symbols for the realization of a spiritual union between Christ and communicant, or as the body and blood of Christ. We learned about communicant before. This is a thing that people do, and that's fine. It's not for me, but if you like it, then that is cool. Whether or not he literally changed his body into bread and blood into wine, maybe it should be the other way around. What if it were the other way around? What if he turned wine into blood? Yeah, that would be scary. And bread into his body, just putting on loaves of bread onto his body, and he becomes this massive bread Hulk, Jesus. So that was that communion. Now we have 2b, the act of receiving communion. The act of receiving communion. 2c is capitalized. The part of a communion service in which the sacrament is received. You go to communion to get the communion, to do some communioning. 3, intimate fellowship or rapport. And the synonym is communication. 4, a body of Christians having a common faith and discipline, as in the Anglican communion. Communion. Next is our last word for this 1000th episode. It is communique. Communique? Communique. How many times can you say it? It is spelled Communique, and there is an accent on the E, low on the left and high on the right. This is a noun from 1852. It is the number 1 definition for the word bulletin. It is from the French verb communiquer, which means to communicate. So, the words today were communicable, communicant, communicate, communication, communicative, communicatory, communion, and communique. Can't say that word. I am going to pick probably communication, which sounds super weird now. Communication is the word of the episode. Communication. Communication. It is such a good thing for this world. Don't be nasty when you communicate. Just be cool and nice with everybody. Respect them as a human being and have empathy for them. Yes, communication. I actually think about this a lot. If you can't tell, it is just, I don't know. I can't think of the words to say about it right now, but it's a big, big thing. I think a lot of the world's problems are because of miscommunication and not caring, and oh my God. I mean, a lot of these pet peeves I have just sort of come down to communication. People texting, typing on things, they don't use periods, they don't use commas, it's so hard to tell what people are saying. I'm all for emojis and acronyms and fun typing, but there's a time and a place for it. You got to be able to read people's messages, but it's more than that. It's the words you use when you're verbally talking to somebody. It's the way the intonation behind it. It's all of that. It's all of that, and so much more. And I don't think enough people think about communication or care about communication, their communication specifically, and don't ever feel like they need to change anything. And I could be totally wrong, but that's just my experience. People don't quite understand the fact that there are multiple ways to interpret things. At least 2. There's always at least 2 sides of something, and then there's always more. There's an infinite way to interpret things, and I feel like I'm getting off on a rant or a lost wormhole. But people need to think about that and be clear in their words. And maybe this is common knowledge, but I don't think so. It's just a thing I think about. Okay. I think that is good there. Let's read the holidays because we still have to do that. In Slovakia, it is anniversary of the declaration of the Slovak nation. Congratulations. Let's see. Former Soviet republics except Ukraine, they are celebrating Day of Remembrance of the victims of political repressions. Yeah. In Thevar community, we're about to have that word, aren't we? Pretty soon. In the Thevar community in India, it is Thevar Jayanti. What else? Well, it is because tomorrow is Halloween here in the States, and other places are obviously celebrating it too, including other cultures that have similar holidays around this time, like Dias de los Muertos, which I think is tomorrow and the 1st and the 2nd, or does it start today? I think it's the other one. Yes, it is National Trick-or-Treat Day. Even though today is not the day that people are going trick-or-treating, that's tomorrow. I don't know why you would put trick-or-treat day on the 30th, but hey, maybe you can fool some people. Go trick-or-treating today and say it's National Trick-or-Treat Day, so you got some candy for me? Just go do that. See how it works out. Maybe you'll get lucky. Most people probably have their candy by today. I hope you're listening to this actually on October 30th. If you're not, it's not going to make any sense. You're going to be so confused. It is also National Candy Corn Day. Anytime I think about candy corn, I think about that line in Pixar, Bug's Life. I think the caterpillar's name was Heimlich? I think it was Heimlich. And he says, oh, this is going to be terrible. It's terrible. It's going to be terrible, but I'm going to try it. He says, "Ooh, candy corn. Let me help you to finish it." Something like that. I think that was pretty crappy. For some reason, that line just stuck with me. And what a silly, silly character. Today, some fun holidays. It is Buy a Donut Day. Now, can you explain to me, why isn't it just Donut Day? Don't you think that if it was Donut Day and you wanted to celebrate, you would buy a donut? Isn't that how you acquire donuts, unless you make your own? But most people don't, so you buy a donut. Why does it have to be a buy a donut day? That's just an excuse to have more donuts to celebrate in the year, and I am totally fine with that. Let's also have a day that's bake a donut, and also give a donut day, and also trade a donut day. We need more donut days is what I'm saying. It is checklist day. I love this so much. Checklists. That's my life. It is create a great funeral day. Create a great funeral day. Do I need to create one for myself, or do I have to plan somebody else's funeral? I hope nobody has a funeral today that I know. It is haunted refrigerator night. What happens with that? These are like the most random. Oh, this is a good one. Hug a sheep day. Okay. When we were in Ireland, we went to visit Ireland a few years ago because we wanted to go, and we were able to, luckily. So we went, and they have these very fluffy looking sheep, and Sharon just kept on calling them hugging sheep the whole time. I swear to God, that is true. It is Mischief Night and National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. Take back your prescription drugs. National Publicist Day, National Speak Up for Service Day. Yes, do the service for the world. National Text Your Ex Day. I'm going to say that is a bad idea, more than likely, but trust your gut. You've been warned. It is Pumpkin Bread Day. Yes, Sugar Addiction Awareness Day. Uh-oh, I guess this is my day. Let's see. I'm not actually addicted to sugar. I just really like it. I really do. I should probably stop that. All right, I think that's it for this episode. Happy 1,000 episodes, Spencer. That's it. Thank you very much. Until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. It is Halloween, arguably the best day in the world. I mean, in the year, in the calendar. Yeah, Halloween has started a long time ago for us. Back in August, Sharon was looking for Halloween decorations. Back in August, and she was disappointed when the stores did not have any. When are they going to put out their Halloween? Yes, they need to start in August. Anyway, that's my life, and I actually like it. It's a lot of fun. It's just Halloween all the time in this household, because it is definitely the best holiday. Okay, maybe I should dress up. I haven't really done that. That is not, as much as I want to dress up, I always want to dress up. It is just has not been my thing to put the effort into getting a good costume, because if I did it, I would want to do it right. I don't have to do it right, but you have to do something, and that's just sometimes too much work, and I'm lazy. But maybe someday I'll do something. Okay, our first word in this episode for October 31st, Halloween 2021. It is the end of page 251. Yeah. The first word is communize. COMMUNISE, British variation of communize with a Z, which won't even be in this episode. Next is communism. Noun from 1840, 1A, a theory advocating elimination of private property. 1B. No, wait, I wasn't paying attention. A theory advocating elimination of private property. So everything is public. That is what I'm gathering. 1B. A system in which goods are owned in common and are available to all as needed. What a concept. When goods are owned in common, available to all as needed. I mean, I understand that the idea of communism is good on paper. This is the little bit that I know. I am a dumb man, but this is the little bit that I know. It's good on paper, doesn't seem to work all that well in reality. But I do like where it's coming from, if that's the idea. I remember when I was a kid, I said something to my dad, something like, why can't everybody just be provided a house or something? And, because that seems fair and equal, right? And he was like, well, that's the idea of communism. And I was like, oh, I've sort of always understood communism as a bad thing, but that seems pretty good. So I've always been kind of confused about that. And like I said, I don't really know a lot about the details. I really know nothing about the details. But it's always just sort of baffled me. Why doesn't it work? Well, I'm sure there are good reasons. So maybe let's come up with a different system. Maybe it already exists. Okay, number 2 is capitalized. 2A, a doctrine based on revolutionary Marxian socialism and Marxism-Leninism that was the official ideology of the USSR. Hey, any kids out there? Hope you're listening to this. Start learning this stuff now, because I'm so confused by all this. I need to learn it. Okay, 2B, a totalitarian, see, that's a hard word. A totalitarian system of government in which a single authoritarian party controls state-owned means of production. I'm not so sure about that. I don't know if I like that. 2C, a final stage of society in Marxist theory in which the state has wandered away and economic goods are distributed equitably. I should probably be paying more attention, but I think I need to sit down and learn about this another day. Not necessarily just from the dictionary, because there's not a ton of information. 2D, communist systems collectively. That's good for that. Let's move on to communist. I guess this would be somebody who believes in communism, or practices it, follows it. It's a noun from 1840. 1, an adherent or advocate of communism. 2 is capitalized. It is the synonym communard. We read that yesterday, I think. Maybe. No, two days ago. Okay. Number 3A, for communist, it is capitalized. A member of a communist party or movement. 3B, often capitalized. An adherent or advocate of a communist government, party, or movement. Number 4, often capitalized, one held to engage in left-wing, subversive, or revolutionary activities. Oh no. Revolutionary activities? Left-wing? Oh my God, so scary. Communist is an adjective, often capitalized. Communistic is an adjective, often capitalized. Communistically, something like that. That's an adverb. Next is communitarian. Communitarian, adjective from circa 1909, of or relating to social organization in small cooperative, partially collectivist communities. Communitarian is a noun. Communitarianism is a noun. Communitarianism. Next is community, noun from the 14th century. I don't know about you, but I enjoyed that show greatly. I know it's not for everybody, but it was for me. I honestly don't think I finished watching the 6th season. And is there going to be a movie? I need to watch that. Ba-ba-ba-boop-boo. Number 1 for community, a unified body of individuals, as 1A, the synonyms state and commonwealth. 1B, the people with common interests living in a particular area. Broadly, the area itself, as in the problems of a large community. Who are the people in your neighborhood? I think I've got a pretty nice community. I mean, it's fine. There's all the stuff that I need. I feel pretty lucky, actually. And not everybody has that. And that is rough and tough and sucks. How do we get people better communities? You need the stuff. We can't have people living in food deserts. This is where they can't get the good, healthy foods. This is a big problem. So fix it, please, because I can't do anything about it. I probably can. I'm just not putting the effort in. I don't know what to do. I do know people who are doing better work than me, and go find them and work with them, please. Maybe I should go do that too. Let's see. We are on 1C, an interacting population of various kinds of individuals as species in a common location. 1D, a group of people with a common characteristic or interest living together within a larger society, as in a community of retired persons. I am in a couple of days going to help my family move one of my grandpas into one part of this retirement community building into the assisted living portion of the retirement community. And oddly enough, he will be moving next door to my other grandpa who was already there in that assisted living part. And it is a very strange situation, and it's going to be interesting. To me and my family, nobody else cares. Okay. 1E, a group linked by a common policy. 1F, a body of persons or nations having a common history or common social, economic, and political interests. I feel like I read that weird, but that was correct. As in the international community. 1G, a body of persons of common and especially professional interests scattered through a larger society, as in the academic community. What is this a community? Are we making a community? All three of you? We've got a nice little 4-person community. No, there's 7 people. All right, number 2, society at large. 3A, joint ownership or participation, as in community of goods. 3B, common character, as in, nope, synonym, likeness, as in community of interests. 3C, social activity, synonym is fellowship. And 3D, a social state or condition. Next is community antenna television. That spells cat. Noun from 1953. The synonym is cable television. I'm sorry, but I need to cut the cable. This is like years overdue, right? I'm way too late to this game. I need to get rid of it. It's too much. It's too much money, and we're barely using it as much as we should. Let's cut that cable. Next is community center, noun from 1915, a building or group of buildings for a community's educational and recreational activities. Recreational activities right up here. Next is community chest. 2 words, noun from 1919, a general fund accumulated from individual subscriptions to defray demands on a community for charity and social welfare. Next is my dad had an adult joke about community chest. I thought it was kind of funny, but it's, you know what? I wonder. Nah, we're not going to go down that road. Okay. Next is community college, noun from 1948, a 2-year government-supported college that offers an associate degree. I went to a community college for a bit to take some credits before I went on to another college, which was now my 3rd college, and it's a very good place. Go support your community college. They got smart teachers there, and you learn some good stuff, and it's cheaper. Just start there. That's a good place to start. Next is community property. Hey, this is our last word. Community property. Noun from circa 1925. Property held jointly by husband and wife. Maybe it should be spouse and spouse. Or just by spouses. I think that would be a good way to update this. Okay, so the words today were communize, communism, communist, communitarian, community, community antenna television, community center, community chest, community college, community property, community doop. All right. I think I will pick community as the word of the episode because you have a community whether you know it or not. Maybe it's a chosen community. There's a lot of those. I think I have a lot, actually. I've got a lot of groups of peoples. And you probably too. And they're all great, and you should be nice to them and respect them. That's good for that. Also, go watch the show Community if you've never seen it, because it is silly and fun. All right, let's talk about the holidays for today. In Peru, it is Dia de la Canción Criolla. We're going to not say that because it's dumb. It's one of those earliest day things, and I don't know why even saying those in the first place. It is Girl Scouts Founders Day in the U.S. In Cambodia, it is King Father's birthday. In India, it is National Unity Day. In Slovenia, parts of Germany, Chile, and various Protestant churches with a particular emphasis on Lutheran and Reformed ones, in all those locations, it is Reformation Day. In Brazil, it is Saki Day, or would it be Sachi? Sashi? It is S-A-C-I. I don't know how to say that in Portuguese. Portuguese is a really confusing language, and it's not said how I want it to be said, but that's not their fault. That's my fault. It's my problem. So Halloween-related celebrations. In Cornwall, it is Allantide. It is Halloween in Ireland, Canada, the UK, US, and other places. Just, other places. In the Isle of Man, it is Hoptuna. How do they celebrate it? How do all these other people celebrate this time? In the Northern Hemisphere... okay. In the Northern Hemisphere... Oh, this is in Gales, Welsh people, and the Neo-Pagan Wheel of the Year. It is Samhain. Is that how you pronounce it? I know I've heard of this before. I don't know if I said it correctly. Samhain, that is in the Northern Hemisphere, and Beltane in the Southern Hemisphere begins on sunset on October 31st. Okay, it is the first day of the Day of the Dead, celebrated until November 2nd, just like I guessed yesterday. That is in Mexico, Dia de los Muertos. And go see the movie Coco. Okay, let's check this page. World Cities Day. Yep. Summertime ends. Oh. Fall is great, though. World Thrift Day in India. Peru has Day of Local Songs. Oh, that was the other one we read. Now we can read it in English. In Russia, it is Day of the Detention Centers and Prisoners' Workers. That seems very Russian to me. In Chile, Evangelical and Protestant Churches Day. Okay, fun holiday time. What fun holidays could possibly be on October 31st? Book for Treats Day. No, Books for Treats Day. So if you, I wonder if places are doing this. If you give away your candy that you get on Halloween, you get some books. That's actually a pretty good idea. You should go get some books. It is Carve a Pumpkin Day. Today is the day to carve a pumpkin. Man, I do like that, but I just don't get to do it, or don't get to do the things that I want to do. I want to do something creative, but I am not that talented, and I don't have the time. Okay, any other National Caramel Apple Day, or Caramel Apple if you are like that. National Doorbell Day. Why do you think it's National Doorbell Day? National Increase Your Psychic Powers Day. Okay, I should do some practicing on those. I haven't done any practicing for a while. National Knock Knock Jokes Day. Is that because you're knocking on people's doors? Knock knock knocking on people's doors. National Magic Day. Scare a Friend Day. I've done that. It's pretty funny. Sneak some of the candy yourself before the kids start knocking Day. I like the candy. Trick or Treat for UNICEF Day. Visit a Cemetery Day. They're very beautiful places. You should go. It's great. They'll love to have you. World Savings Day. Let's check this page for anything else. It is National Unity Day, and it says Rashtriya Ekta Diwas. What is this? Let's click on the link. National Unity Day celebrated by pay tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, an Indian freedom fighter and independent India's first deputy prime minister and home minister. He was instrumental in making a united India from the 565 semi-autonomous princely states and British area colonial provinces. Sounds pretty good. Sounds like a pretty good thing to celebrate. All right, that is the end of this episode, Halloween Day. End of page 251. If you would be so kind to rate this podcast, review it on the Apple Podcasts and the places, and share it with all the people that you know. Share it with the people you know in your community. You should follow me on Twitter and Instagram, because that is what people are supposed to do in life. It is at SpeedJamPar. If you want to become a patron, go to Patreon and type in some letters. And you can leave me a voicemail. There's a Google Voice number in the show notes, and I would love to hear your voice. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you. Until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello. Check 1, 2. I don't record the checks that I do, the audio adjustment. Maybe I should. Nah, I shouldn't. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. We are not only at the top of a new page, 252, but it is also a new month. It is November 1st, at least the day that this is airing, and I know that you will not listen to this on November 1st, more than likely. Get ready for a lot of holidays to be read at the end of this episode, because we're at the beginning of a month, and just get ready for that. Get ready. I do realize that it is very odd that I focus so much that these episodes air on certain days, but that's just sort of how it happened. So maybe I'll get more into that in the future, or maybe I will lessen that whole aspect of it later to keep this more generalized. But we'll just see what happens. I got a long time to evolve this. All right, the first word is communize. COMMUNIZE. This is a transitive verb from 1888. 1A, to make common. 1B, to make into state-owned property. 2, to subject to communist principles of organization. Communization is a noun. Okay, next we have commutate. Commutate. This is a transitive verb from 1893. To reverse every other half cycle of, so as to form a unidirectional current. Okay, so the example is talking about an alternating current. To reverse every other half cycle of an alternating current, so as to form a unidirectional current. And that all has to do with electricity, alternating current AC, DC, which is a direct current, right? That's a whole world of stuff to learn. Okay, next we have commutation, noun from the 15th century. 1. Synonyms are exchange and trade. 2. Synonym is replacement, specifically a substitution of one form of payment or charge for another. 3. A change of a legal penalty or punishment to a lesser one, as in commutation of a death sentence. That seems like pretty good if for somebody who's being punished for something. You change the bad punishment to a less bad punishment. 4. An act or process of commuting. 5. The action of now how do you say this word? Commutating. Is that how you say it? Commutating? That doesn't seem right. Okay, next word is commutation ticket. 2 words, noun from 1848. A transportation ticket sold for a fixed number of trips over the same route during a limited period. I never knew that they were called commutation tickets. So let's see. You go to a new city and you wanna try out their train system for the weekend, and then you buy like a weekend pass or something like that. I guess that would be a commutation ticket. All right, next we have commutative or commutative. Adjective from 1612. 1. Of, relating to, or showing commutation. 2. This is a long definition. Of, relating to, having, or being the property that is a given mathematical operation, and set, have when the result, operation and set, I don't even know if this is English. Of, relating to, having, or being the property that a given mathematical operation and set have when the result obtained using any two elements of the set with the operation does not differ with the order in which the elements are used. As in, 2 examples, a commutative group, also as in addition of the positive integers is commutative or commutative. If you understood any of that, maybe you're a math teacher and you would like to describe to me, to the people, so we can understand it better, please send me an email or a voice memo of some kind, or call the Google Voice number. Next, we have commutativity. Commutativity, or commutativity. This is fun words. Noun from 1929. The property of being commutative, as in the commutativity of a mathematical operation. I have to concentrate very hard on saying these words. Next is commutator. Commutator. C-O-M-M-U-T-A-T-O-R. Come here, you tater. Noun from 1880. We have 2 long definitions, and I think that they're both math related. Or actually, one of them seems like it's back to the electricity, and then the other one is math. Okay, number 1, a series of bars or segments so connected to armature coils of a generator or motor that rotation of the armature will, in conjunction with fixed brushes, result in unidirectional current output in the case of a generator and in the reversal of the current into the coils in the case of a motor. If that sounds fascinating to you, maybe you're a kid and that sounds interesting, go learn electricity, I think. And number 2, an element of a mathematical group that when used to multiply the product of 2 given elements, either on the right side or on the left side, but not necessarily on both sides, yields the product of the 2 given elements in reverse order. Whatever that means. All right, next we have commute. First form verb from the 15th century, starting with transitive. 1a, synonyms are change and alter. 1b, to give in exchange for another. Synonym is exchange. 2, to convert as a payment into another form. 3. To change, a penalty, to another less severe. Obviously, some of this is going to sound similar. As in, commute a death sentence to life in prison. I don't know if that is a less severe punishment, actually. I feel like in some ways, not that it's fun to be put to death. It's extremely painful. But life in prison is also extremely painful. At least the suffering is done if it's the death sentence. Not that anybody I think should be put to death, but life in prison is like that's rough too. Okay, number 4, the synonym is commutate. And the intransitive definitions, here we go with that. Number 1, synonyms are make up and compensate. 2, to pay in gross. 3, to travel back and forth regularly as between a suburb and a city. Luckily, I have a very short commute for work, but I've heard of people who commute like 3 hours a day. No, 3 hours one way every day. That's just bonkers to me. Number 4, to yield the same mathematical result regardless of order. This is used of 2 elements undergoing an operation or of 2 operations on elements. Commutable is an adjective. So yeah, it's all about just changing. Commuting is changing one thing to another. When you're commuting to work, you're changing your location from one location to another location. So hey, yeah, let's look at the etymology. It is from the Latin verb commutare, which means to change or exchange, from com plus mutare. I think they would say just mutare. That means to change. And there's more at the word mutable. All right, second form of commute, noun from 1954. 1, an act or an instance of commuting. 2, the distance covered in commuting, as in a long commute. You're commuting on your commute. Here's the word commuter. The commuter is commuting their commute. Noun from circa 1859. 1, a person who commutes, as between a suburb and a city. 2, a small airline that carries passengers relatively short distances on a regular schedule. Yeah, not only driving, but some people actually commute in a little plane. Okay, I think we are on our last word. It is an interesting one. It is comonomer. 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 Noun from 1945. 1 of the constituents of a copolymer. So the words today were communize, and I'm going to have to read the pronunciation for all these. Commutate, commutation, commutation ticket, commutative, commutativity, commutator, commute, commuter, and comonomer. These were not fun words. No, they were fine. Let's see. There's nothing is jumping out at me. I guess maybe we can just pick commute as the word of the episode. Just the general definition, the one that all these are based off of, just changing things from one to another. Commute, commute. Let's change the song to commute, commute, commute. All right, I think that's fine. Let's read the holidays for November 1st. I hope that you are listening to all of these episodes the day that they air. It is All Saints' Day. I think that's a big one. It is in Algeria, anniversary of the revolution. Let's see. Burma, Bangladesh, the Mizo people of northeast India. It is Chavang Kut. I am not going to be able to say this word very well. Chhattisgarh, India. It is Chhattisgarh Rajyotsava. In Bhutan, it is coronation of the 5th Druk Gyalpo. Let's see. It is Independence Day for Antigua and Barbuda from the UK in 1981. In Karnataka, India, it is... Oh, see, this is similar to that other one. Karnataka Rajyotsava. In Kerala, India, it is Kerala Day. In the U.S. Virgin Islands, it is Liberty Day. it is International Lennox-Gastaut Syndrome Awareness Day. In the U.S., it is National Brush Day. Maybe that'll be on the other page that we read. What is Brush Day? Like the brush in your hair? In Bulgaria, it is National Awakening Day. In Japan, it is Self-Defense Forces Commemoration Day. Oh, we've got places starting to celebrate winter. In Wales, it is, oh boy, the Welsh language. How do you pronounce this? Calan Gaeaf? C-A-L-A-N, second word, G-A-E-A-F. Let's see, the first day of winter observances that started at sunset yesterday on October 31st. We already talked about Samhain and Beltane. Okay, let's check this other page real quick. In the U.S., it is National Authors Day. I know some people who have made books, which I think are crazy and awesome, so celebrate the authors. In New Zealand, it is Marlborough Anniversary. Dominican Republic has Constitution Day. Let's check the fun, quote-unquote, holidays. Extra Mile Day. Go that extra mile. Give Up Your Shoulds Day. Hannah Hart on her podcast, Hannahlize This, had an episode recently about should, and you should do this. You should maybe get rid of the word should and change it up with something different. I think that's good advice. International Scented Candle Day. There's always some sort of scented candle something going on in our place. Job Action Day. Oh, see here, National Brush Day. It's brush your teeth. Please, brush your teeth. It's not that hard. It's a good, smart thing to do because it's going to stop problems from coming in the future. So just do it and floss. Please. National Calzone Day. Yeah, I haven't had a calzone in a while. National Cinnamon Day, and it shows a picture of cinnamon rolls. National Deep Fried Clams Day. National Family Literacy Day. Read together as a family. National Go Cook for Your Pets. National Vinegar Day. Drink some vinegar. No, that was a joke. Don't do that. Prime Meridian Day. That's the one of the latitude. No, the longitude. Oh boy. I think it's longitude. 0 longitude is the prime meridian, I think. Okay, let's quickly check this page. Oh, this is the page that has all the months. Are you ready? Okay, let's maybe just finish up the days first, see if we missed anything. We got that. National Men Make Dinner Day. So I guess I have to make dinner tonight. I might have to start planning now, which is a month ahead. Let's quickly look at the weeks. No weeks starting today, but we got a bunch of months. November is a bunch of months. Banana Pudding Lovers Month. Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease Awareness Month. And that is COPD. That's how we usually say that. Because it's a lot to say otherwise. Diabetic Eye Disease Month. National Alzheimer's Disease Awareness Month. National Diabetes Month. Don't get the diabetes if you can. Eat healthy. National Epilepsy Awareness Month. National Family Caregivers Month. National Fun with Fondue Month. National Healthy Skin Month. National Home Care and Hospice Month. National Impotency Month. If you don't know what that is, go ask somebody. National Native American Heritage Month. National Novel Writing Month. National Peanut Butter Lovers Month. But don't combine it with National Pepper Month, because that would be weird. National Prevent a Litter Month. That's about... It shows a picture of a cat, so, spay and neuter your animals. Obviously, my comment about peanut butter and pepper combining is weird. That's just a personal choice. If you want to put some hot peppers in your peanut butter, fine. Let me know how that goes. National Scholarship Month. No Shave November. PTA Healthy Lifestyles Month. And then the last one, which oddly is not on this list for some reason, but it's on all the other lists. My favorite one, it is World Vegan Day. That's why, because it's not a month, it's a day. Yes, World Vegan Day is today. So if you're curious, Go just eat some vegan food today all day. It's not that hard to find it. You just need no meat, no dairy, no eggs, no honey, technically, although some people are a little bit 50-50 on that. There's some really, really good food out there. People are like, I've never had vegan food. Have you never had an apple? Have you never had a banana? Have you never had vegetables? Have you never had beans and nuts and lentils and stuff like that? You have. It's good food and it's healthier. And I am going to end this episode there. Thank you very much for listening to me. The Happy November. This has been Spencer, dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to this podcast called The Dictionary. Okay, let's just talk about the words. It is... That's not how this goes. The first word is comorbid. C-O-M-O-R-B-I-D. Adjective from 1981. Existing simultaneously with and usually independently of another medical condition. Comorbidity is a noun. It just means that you got a lot of stuff. There's multiple things going on in your body that have some multiple medical conditions. Can we get this out? Get the words out of your mouth better. Okay. Next is comp. C-O-M-P. There are 4 forms. The fourth one is a abbreviation, and I think they're mostly pronounced the same. Numbers 1 through 3. So, first form of comp. Noun from 1887. A complimentary ticket. Broadly, something provided free of charge. And this is just short for complimentary. Next is the second form of comp. Transitive verb from 1961. To provide with something free. As in, a hotel comping celebrities for their rooms. Also, to provide free of charge. As in, their meals were comped. This is a wonderful thing when that happens, but I don't ever expect it. If it happens, that's awesome. So yes, this is the verb form of the other thing that we read. The thing, the physical thing, is comped. The meal could be a comp. The ticket could be a comp. And then the act of doing it, the verb is comping the thing. Okay. Third form of comp, intransitive verb from 1949. To punctuate and support a jazz solo with irregularly spaced chords. This one is short for accompany. So let's say there's a trumpet player doing a solo, and then the piano player can be comping along with them. They can be just playing the chords along just so it's all staying regularly, all the chord changes. So that's what that is. They're accompanying them. And the fourth form of comp, abbreviation for 1. Comparative, compare. 2. Compensation or compensatory. 3. Compiled, compiler. 4. Composition, compositor. 5. Compound. 6. Comprehensive. And 7. Comptroller. And complimentary was not in there. I thought it might be. Okay, next we have the first form of compact. This one also has 4 forms. Compact, adjective, first form, from the 14th century. 1. Predominantly formed or filled. Synonyms are composed and made. 2a. Having a dense structure or parts or units closely packed or joined, as in a compact woolen. That's like the wool. Your clothes can be made of wool, also as in compact bone. 2b. Not diffuse or verbose, as in a compact statement. I prefer it when statements are more compact. You don't need to say all the extra stuff. There's just not usually a reason for that. Just keep it short and simple, compact. 2c. Occupying a small volume by reason of efficient use of space, as in a compact camera. Also as in a compact formation of troops. Those troops are very efficient with their use of space. 2D, short-bodied, solid, and without excess flesh. Why was that so hard to say? Okay, I don't think I have any excess flesh. That would be another good band name or something. Number 3, being a topological space and especially a metric space with the property that for any collection of open sets which contains it, there is a subset of the collection with a finite number of elements which also contains it. What was all that? I'm not going to reread it. Compactly is an adverb. Compactness is a noun. And let's see, it's Middle English. Firmly put together. That's what it means. From Latin verb compingere, which means to put together. From pangere, which means to fasten. And there's more at the word pact. P-A-C-T. Second form of compact. This one is it's a verb. It's a verb from the 15th century, starting with transitive. 1, to make up by connecting or combining. And the synonym is compose. 2a, to knit or draw together. And the synonym is combine. 2b, to press together. Synonym is compress. And intransitive says to become compacted. I think of the garbage compactor scene in Star Wars. Compactable is an adjective. Compactor, spelled with an O-R or an E-R, that is a noun. The compactor. Okay, third form of compact. Now, let's see. The emphasis is different. So the first and second forms, I think, can be compact or compact, but this third form is compact. Noun from 1601, something that is compact or compacted. As a small cosmetic case, as for compressed powder. B, an automobile smaller than an intermediate, but larger than a subcompact. There are so many sizes. Okay, fourth form of compact. Noun from 1591. An agreement or covenant between two or more parties. They've made a compact. Maybe, I don't know where that joke is going. Let's see, this is from the Latin verb compacisci, which means to make an agreement. From pacisci, I think that's that word, which means to contract. And there's more at the word pact. It's right in the word. Making a pact, a compact. Maybe you've made a compact over a compact disc. That is our next word. 2 words, noun from 1979. By the way, disc is spelled D-I-S-C. There's no K. It's a C. The synonym is just CD. So we must have talked about that a while ago. Yes, again, 1979. It's a while ago. They are the CDs, the shiny things. It's digital music on a thing. You kids today, you know what it is, but you don't ever have to use them. Next, we have compaction. Compaction, noun from the 14th century, the act or process of compacting, the state of being compacted. Next is compadre, or you could say compadre, but I think compadre is more accurate. Noun from 1834, a close friend. Synonym is buddy. This is Spanish, and it literally means godfather. From Middle Latin, compater, and there's more at the word compeer, C-O-M-P-E-E-R, compadre. When I think of godfather, though, I don't think of friend or buddy. Okay, next we have companion. First form, noun from the 13th century, one that accompanies another. Synonyms are comrade. Why didn't I know how to say that? Comrade and associate. And then it says also one that keeps company with another. Number 2 is obsolete. The synonym is rascal. Oh, you're such a companion. 3A, one that is closely connected with something similar. 3B, one employed to live with and serve another. 4, a celestial body that appears close to another but that may or may not be associated with it in space. Let's look at the etymology. There's a bunch. By the way, I should mention, there have been a lot of times where I say, it's nothing interesting. And the only reason I say that is because it just gives a bunch of other languages words, but it doesn't actually say what those words mean. And I feel like, at least for these purposes, if I can tell you what those other words mean, that makes it a little bit more interesting. But when I don't know, it's not very helpful. So for instance, this one shows a bunch of Middle English, Anglo-French, Latin, Lower Latin, but it's not until the end where it actually says what any of them mean. So I just skip to that. It's Latin, Lower Latin, companio, from Latin com plus panis, which means bread or food. And there's more at the word food. So companion just comes from food and bread, which I think is kind of interesting. Okay, second form of companion. I forgot to mention that this is actually our last word for the whole episode, all of it. The second form, it's a verb from 1622. Transitive is just the synonym accompany. And the intransitive is to keep company. And then our very last version of companion, third form, noun from 1762. 1, a hood covering at the top of a companionway. What is a companionway? We're going to learn about that in the next episode. And then number 2, the synonym is just companionway. Let's see. It is by folk etymology from the Dutch Kampanje, Kampanje. That means poop deck. It's the poop deck on a ship, probably. Okay. So the words today were comorbid, compact, compact disc, compaction, compadre, and companion. Not a lot of words. Lots of forms of a handful of words. What am I liking? I'm kind of liking compadre. Let's just be friends. We'll be buddies. Compadre, compadre, I've just taken to singing the word by itself in a musical fashion, and I think all the songs are the same. All right, holiday time for today, November 2. So yesterday was All Saints' Day. Today is All Souls' Day. In the Rastafari religion, it is coronation of Haile Selassie. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. It is Day of the Dead. This is the second day of the Day of the Dead, or El Dia de los Muertos celebration. That is in Mexico. In Belarus, it is Dziady. In Mauritius, it is Indian Arrival Day. The United Nations is celebrating International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists. Interesting. In North and South Dakota in the U.S., it is Statehood Day, so they must have became states today, both of them together. Twins. Let's see. It is Election Day in the U.S., so there must be some elections going on. Go vote. Vote, vote, vote. We have a very small percentage of people in America who vote, so you got to go vote if you're of age. This is serious business. In Australia, it is Geelong Cup Day. Also in Australia, the Melbourne Cup. Belarus Remembrance Day, Ecuador Day of the Deceased. Why it's on here twice, I'm not sure. I'm assuming that would be sort of related to Dia de los Muertos, but I'm not sure. Okay, more fun holidays in the U.S. Broadcast Traffic Professionals Day. Cookie Monster Day. Maybe I should post a picture of me with Cookie Monster. I got to meet him one day. Dynamic Harmlessness Day. Look for Circles Day. Look around all day. See if you can find any circles. It's not that easy. There aren't very many circles around. I'm just kidding. National Deviled Egg Day. Plant your epitaph. No, plan, not plant. Plan your epitaph day. I think that's the thing that you put on the gravestone. Practice being psychic day. Didn't we have something like this just a couple of days ago? Practice your psychic skills. I'm still working on it. Okay, relatedly, sort of, it is Skeptics Day International. The first observed the first Friday the 13th of the year and on election day. Well, today is not Friday the 13th. Why would it be on Friday the 13th, the first Friday the 13th of the year, and on election day? I don't really understand why that is. Interesting. But I think it's good to be skeptical about lots of things. Don't believe everything. Be skeptical, but you can believe stuff. I think. Oh, and the Recreation Day. Recreation Day? How do you say this word? I think it's recreation. Oh, I think we said that before. That's in Australia. All right. Those were all of the words. I feel like there's something else on November 2nd, but I am blanking on what that might be. I am going to stop talking in this episode, and I will start talking again in the next episode. You can meet me over there. All right. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to this podcast called The Dictionary. If this is your first time listening, I strongly recommend that you go back to the very beginning. If you have not subscribed, you may not have access to all those. I don't know how this is going to happen once I get to that point, 1,000 episodes, but we'll see. So yeah, go back to the beginning and listen if you like it. Okay, I think we'll just start it. The first word in this episode is companionable. Companionable. I missed a syllable. companionable. Companionable. Adjective from the 14th century, marked by conducive to or suggestive of companionship. And the synonym is sociable, as in companionable people, also as in companionable laughter. I think people probably avoid this word because it's hard to say. Companionability is a noun. Companionableness is a noun. And companionably is an adverb. Next is companionate. It's an adjective from 1926 relating to or having the manner of companions, specifically harmoniously or suitably accompanying. Next is companion cell, C-E-L-L, noun from 1887, a living nucleated cell that is closely associated in origin, position, and probably function with a cell making up part of a sieve tube of a vascular plant. Go learn your plant cells. Next is companion piece, 2 words, noun from 1844, a work, as of literature, that is associated with and complements another. They are companions, and they're pieces of work. That's how that works. Yes. Okay, next we have companionship. Noun from 1548. Everybody on this boat is buddies. The fellowship existing among companions. Synonym is company. It is their companionship. Next is companionway. It's one word. Companionway. Noun from 1822. A ship's stairway from one deck to another. I guess that's the way that you go. You're walking around and your companions might be nearby. So it's the companionway. That's the only thing I can think of. Let's see. We'll look back at companion. That's enough. Okay, next is company. First form, noun from the 13th century. 1a, association with another. synonym is fellowship, as in enjoy a person's company. That movie would not quite have the same ring. The company of the ring. No, it sounds better to say fellowship of the ring. 1b, synonyms are companions and associates, as in know a person by the company she keeps. Think, yes, you can get a pretty good idea about a person. We talked about communities, all the different communities you have in your life, and if somebody were to look at all those communities, your companies, they could figure out who you are. They could also look at your shoes. You can tell a lot about a person by their shoes, right? That's what they say. 1c, synonyms are visitors and guests, as in having company for dinner. We almost never have company over. 2a, a group of persons or things, as in a company of horsemen. 2b, a body of soldiers, especially a unit, as of infantry, consisting usually of a headquarters and 2 or more platoons. 2c, an organization of performing artists. 2d, the officers and crew of a ship. 2e, a firefighting unit. 3a, a chartered commercial organization or medieval trade guild. 3b, an association of persons for carrying on a commercial or industrial enterprise. And 3c, those members of a partnership firm whose names do not appear in the firm name, as in John Doe and Company. Those are just the rest of the people who aren't as important, but they are very important. Let's see. From Middle English, kumpang? Kumpang means companion. There's more at the word companion. All right, second form of company. This is the verb form from the 14th century, starting with transitive. Synonym is accompany, as in, may fair winds company your safe return. That is a quote from John Masefield. And the intransitive is the synonym associate, or would it be associate? I think it's associate. Next is company man. 2 words, noun from circa 1921, a worker who acquiesces in company policy without complaint. You know, they work for a company, and everything that the company says goes, and they do that, and they agree with it, and they're just, that's their life, the company man. Next is company officer, 2 words, noun from 1832, a commissioned officer in the Army, Air Force, or Marine Corps of the rank of captain, first lieutenant, or second lieutenant, called also company grade officer. And it says to compare to field officer or general officer. Why we're supposed to compare to those, I'm not sure, but that is what it tells us to do. Next is company town. 2 words, noun from 1927, a community that is dependent on one firm for all or most of the necessary services or functions of town life, as employment, housing, and stores. I've heard of examples of this. There's a company in an area, and they basically just build a whole town based around that company. And so the company owns where they live, they own the stores, they own everything, and the people live there, and you know, their whole life is surrounded by this, metaphorically surrounded by this company, and they owe their life. I don't know. Yes, this is a thing. I think lots of big companies have done this. Not so sure how I feel about it, but if you need work, you need work. Next is company union. 2 words, noun from 1917, an unaffiliated labor union of the I'm getting confused, of the employees of a single firm, especially one dominated by the employer. Next is comparability. Comparability, yeah, I think that's close enough. Noun from 1843, the quality or state of being comparable. That is our next word, comparable. I guess you could emphasize both the first and the second syllables, or either you could say comparable. Yes, some people say it depends on the context, comparable or comparable. Adjective from the 15th century, 1, capable of or suitable for comparison. 2, synonyms are similar and like, as in fabrics of, you could say, comparable quality or comparable quality. Comparableness is a noun. Comparably, adverb. Next is comparable worth, or would it be comparable worth? I don't know. I don't know what you like. This is 2 words, noun from 1983. The concept that women and men should receive equal pay for jobs calling for comparable skill and responsibility. Oh my God, what a concept. What a concept. Can it be just real life and law? Do you think? Can we do that? Comparable worth. Of course this should be the thing that exists. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, I think we are going to... Yeah, sure, we'll do one more for this episode. It is comparatist. Comparatist. C-O-M-P-A-R-A-T-I-S-T. Comparatist. Noun from 1933. One that uses a comparative method, as in the study of literature. We're going to get into comparative in the next episode. So the words today were companionable, companionate, or just companionate, companion cell, companion piece, companionship, companionway, company, company man, company officer, company town, company union, comparability, comparable, comparable worth, comparatist. Okay, which one? Which one should we pick? If we were doing this live, y'all could be voting. You could vote. Let's see. I think I will pick companion piece as the word of the episode. I kind of like the idea of creating art of some kind, various pieces that are all companions. They're all part of the same sort of thing, but they're companions. They're friends. Yeah, that's good. Companion piece. How do you do that? And why is this website all zoomed in? Companion piece, 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 piece. Okay, in Japan, it is Culture Day. In the United Arab Emirates, it is Flag Day. It is Independence Day, also known as Separation Day for Panama, separating or independent from Colombia in 1903. It is Independence Day for Dominica from the UK in 1978. Independence Day for the Federated States of Micronesia from the US in 1986. Independence Day of Cuenca, that is in Ecuador. In East Timor, it is Mother's Day. In the Maldives, it is Victory Day. It is International Stress Awareness Day. Fun holiday time, not always fun. Cliche Day. Say all of the cliches. There's a reason they're cliches. Give someone $1 today day. I don't know why they need the day, but I guess yeah, okay. Just give any random person $1. National Eating Healthy Day. I would recommend eating healthy other days, not just today, but you do you, I guess. National Housewife Day. People don't think about this, but that is a full-time job. It doesn't have to be housewife, house husband, house person, but if there's somebody else in the household who's able to make enough money to pay all the bills, then there's somebody else who can take care of all the stuff around the house, and it's just never ending. There's a lot of stuff to do. So that's a full-time job. National Sandwich Day. Maybe I'll make a sandwich. World Jellyfish Day. Those are some crazy creatures. They can live, I don't know if it's all jellyfish or just some species of jellyfish, but they can change at some point and go back to a young physical state, and then they can age again. They're basically, immortal. Let's see. Any other? I think we got all the holidays. We did it. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to say today. I don't think there's anything else. I don't know. This just life is happening and there's always work to be done. And yeah. All right. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. I hope to see you tomorrow. Goodbye. What's up, word nerds? I hope you are doing well. I hope that you have finally decided to review this podcast, rate it, give me those stars and the words. I would love to hear what you have to say. And subscribe and share this if you think anybody wants to laugh at this or sleep to this or learn from this or just enjoy it. You can share it on whatever social media stuff you got out there. Blog it, vlog it, post it, retweet it, comment it. I don't know. Tag it. Tag me. Tag me. Instagram and Twitter is at dictionarypod. There's an email, dictionarypod@gmail.com if you want to say anything to me. There's a Patreon. There is a Google Voice if you want to call and leave a voicemail. I think those are all the stuffs and the things. This is going to be the last section of page 252. All right. The first word in this episode is comparative. COMPARATIVE. First form, adjective from the 15th century, one, of, relating to, or constituting the degree of comparison in a language that denotes increase in the quality, quantity, or relation expressed by an adjective or adverb. That's a lot of information in there. Consulting the degree of comparison between comparative, sure. Number 2, considered as if in comparison to something else as a standard not quite attained. Synonym is relative, as in a comparative stranger. 3, characterized by systematic comparison, especially of likenesses and dissimilarities, as in comparative anatomy. Comparatively is an adverb, and comparativeness is a noun. Second form of comparative, noun from the 15th century. 1a, one that compares with another, especially on equal footing, and the synonym is rival. 1b, one that makes witty or mocking comparisons. 2, the comparative degree or form in a language. Next is comparativist. Comparativist. Noun from 1887. The synonym is just comparatist, which, comparatist, did we read that already? Or is it going to be later? Or is it going to be comparatist? Where is it? I don't know that was at the very end of the last episode. That's where it was. All right, next is comparator. Comparator. There's a parrot joke in there somewhere. Come over here. Nope. Comparator, noun from 1883. 1883! A device for comparing something with a similar thing or with a standard measure. Next is compare. First form, verb from the 14th century. We are starting with transitive. We have a little bit of intransitive, and we have synonym information at the end of it. So, transitive starts with number 1, to represent as similar. Synonym is liken. That's the liken version of that word. As in, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? That is from Shakespeare. Yes, you shall compare me to a summer's day. 2a, to examine the character or qualities of, especially in order to I don't think I said that right. To examine the character or qualities of, especially in order to discover resemblances or differences. You have to compare two things to figure out what are the similarities and what are the differences. And what is the word that's the opposite? Usually I think you use the word compare when you're finding the similarities, and you're using the word contrast if you're finding the dissimilarities. But you can use compare. You're still comparing them. You're checking them out. You're putting them one up against the other. We have an example, as in, compare your responses with the answers, and hopefully you got all the answers correct. If you didn't, you gotta go study more. To be, to view in relation to, as in, tall compared to me. Tall compared to me. That person over there is tall compared to me. But compared to that other person, they're short. See, it's all relative. Another example, easy compared with the last test. This test was easy when I compare it to the last test. Number 3, to inflect or modify according to the degrees of comparison. And the example would be an adjective or an adverb. So that is related to what was the first definition of the word comparative at the beginning of this episode. Okay, now we are on intransitive. 1, to bear being compared. To bear being compared. Bear is B-E-A-R. I think that's like you can tolerate being compared or something. Example, maybe this will help. The two don't even begin to compare. Number 2, to make comparisons. 3, to be equal or alike, as in nothing compares to you. That's true. Nothing compares to you. You are unique. You are your own person. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just be the best version of you can. Just be you. You're already the best version you are. The best version of you can be. Just keep it up. You'll evolve. You'll just keep it up. Just you be you. Okay, synonym information. Compare, contrast, collate mean to set side by side in order to show differences and likenesses. Compare implies an aim of showing relative values or excellences by bringing out characteristic qualities, whether similar or divergent, as in compared the convention facilities of the two cities. It's an interesting example. Compared the convention facilities of the two cities. Okay, contrast. See, I brought this one up before. Contrast implies an emphasis on emphasis. Contrast implies an emphasis on differences, as in contrasted the computerized system with the old filing cards. They're very different. The old filing cards and the computerized system, night and day different. But there's something special about the old system, isn't there? Collate implies minute and critical inspection in order to note points of agreement or divergence, as in data or data from districts around the country will be collated. Okay, second form of compare. Oh wait, let's look at the etymology from Latin comparare, which means to couple or compare. That is from compare, which means like. From com plus par, which means equal. Par is equal, compare is like. Comparare is to compare or to couple. All right. Second form of compare, noun from 1589, the possibility of comparing, as in beauty beyond compare. Also, something with which to be compared, as in a city without compare. Now I want a pear to eat. Next is comparison, noun from the 14th century. 1, the act or process of comparing, as 1a, the representing of one thing or person as similar to or like another. 1b, an examination of two or more items to establish similarities or dissimilarities, as in his faults seem minor by compare, because that person's faults are way worse. No. Okay, number 2, identity of features. Synonym is similarity, as in several points of compare between the two. 3, the modification of an adjective or adverb to denote different levels of quality, quantity, or relation. Next word is 2 words, comparison shop. Intransitive verb from 1970, to compare prices in order to find the best value. And the example would be competing brands. To compare prices of competing brands in order to find the best value. Comparison shopper is a noun. That is a very smart shopper trying to get the best deal, the best quality for the best price, probably. Next is compartment. First form, noun from circa 1578. 1. A separate division or section. 2. One of the parts into which an enclosed space is divided. Compartmental is an adjective. It is mental. Let's see. This is from the Italian verb compartire, which means to mark out in parts. From the Lower Latin compartiri, which means to share out. From Latin com plus partiri, which means to share. It's interesting that compartment comes from the word share because if you think about it, if you are compartmentalizing or making compartments, you're actually dividing things up. They're not sharing, they're being separated. That's how I'm thinking about it, at least. Second form of compartment, transitive verb from 1918, and the synonym is compartmentalize. And this basically the same. Our last word is compartmentalize. This one is with an SE. It is the British variation of compartmentalize. I can't even say the word compartmentalize, which is actually going to be the first word in the next episode because it's on the next page, and that's how I do things around here. So our last word, I'll just real quick spell it: compartmentalise. So all the words today, let's hear it for them. Yay! Applause, applause, applause. We had comparative, comparativist, comparator, compare, comparison, comparison shop, compartment, and compartmentalize. Maybe I'll just pick compare as the word of the episode. I mean, it had the most definitions, it had the synonym stuff. It's good, I guess, to compare things, but don't compare yourself to other people, like I said. Compare. Compare. Come over here, pear. Come over here, pear. I'm gonna eat you. All right, let us look at the holidays. The holidays for today. Listen to this on November 4th. In Dominica, Dominica has Community Service Day. Panama has Flag Day. Tonga has National Tonga Day. Italy has National Unity and Armed Forces Day. Oh my God, am I going to try and say this in Italian? Giorno dell'Unità Nazionale e Festa delle Forze Armate. Russia has Unity Day. This is unofficial, but it is widely commemorated. It is Yitzhak Rabin Memorial. I'm assuming that's a person. All right, let's check this page real quick. It is Diwali. That is a big Hindu festival, I think. I'm going to click on this to see if I can learn a little bit about it. It's big enough because that I've actually heard of this. So if I've heard of it, it must be a fairly big thing. Let's see. It is the ancient Hindu festival of lights, which represents the eternal triumph of light over darkness, or the victory of good over evil. Diwali, which literally means row of lights, is primarily celebrated in India. This celebration of light is India's most important holiday and marks the start of the new year. Yes. So this is a very big holiday. Like I said recently, I think there's a bunch of other cultures that have their own New Year's. So that is the one for India. But there's other places who are celebrating it. The UK, Singapore. It looks like another name is Deepavali. And I think there's another name which I will see on our other page. But also in India, it is Naraka Chaturdashi. All right, so let's go to this page, Diwali. The other name is Diwali. So it's Deepavali, Diwali, or Diwali. So go celebrate lights and the new year for them. Well, yeah, you get it. It is International Project Management Day, International Stout Day. That is the beer, the stout. King Tut Day. Maybe I'll put a little audio clip of Steve Martin's song King Tut that he did on Saturday Night Live, I think, and it has a bass saxophone in it. I love the bass sax.
Now when he was a young man, he never thought he'd see people stand in line to see the boy king. King Tut. How'd you get so funky?
Okay, it is National Candy Day. I had a dream last night that I was just eating a bunch of candy for some reason. National Chicken Lady Day? Nah, I don't know what that is. National Easy Bake Oven Day. I can't imagine that those do a very good job. National Men Make Dinner Day. Now wait a minute, didn't we actually have that on a different day? Here's National Skeptics Day. Why are these all these things happening at the same time? I don't understand that. National Waiting for the Barbarians Day. No clue about that. This is a Hebrew holiday. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sigd, S-I-G-D. Apologies for that. Use Your Common Sense Day. Use it, you got it. You may not realize you got it, but you have it. I think that is everything for today. We have finished page 252. If you enjoy this, I realize that if I tell people about this podcast, that's just some guy reading the dictionary, they're like, okay, that's fine. But, I would like to think that there's a little bit more than just that. Just a little bit extra. So if you appreciate the extraness of this, go ahead and share this with the other people. Okay, we're done. That's it. Until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye.